All right, everyone, here we are at day one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, my name is Kelly. I'm going to be your instructor for this course. And day one, we are talking about um, defining our goals and our intention. This is the most important day. What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you would like to see happen, transform, transition, revised, bring anew into your life? The journey to 1,000 steps begins, the journey to 1,000 miles begins with only one step. One of my favorite authors is Lao Tzu. This is our motivational quote for today. And of course, this quote comes from the book, Tao Te Ching. If you have not read this book, it's a great read. Tao Te Ching has many life lessons. And I thought it would be great every day for us to start with a motivational quote because the way that you feel is incredibly important. So we're going to concentrate on our mental space because first we've got to create these things in our spirit or in our mind first in order for them to manifest into the physical realm. It's important for you to understand it's so critical the way that you feel. Okay. If you want to see transition and transformation in your life, again, we got to change the way that we think. It's important, number one, how you feel. And today we're going to set our intentions. So again, this course is created for a guide for you to, have a fresh start and manifesting positive change in your life. Today, we're going to set the stage for a transformative journey into change. We're going to define, we're going to document our intentions. So what are we doing today? Number one, define your goals and intentions for the next month. What would you like to see happen in the next 31 days? Here's a daily practice. Now, each one of these worksheets or course descriptions for each day is going to give you a format on what to do and even how to do it and examples. So it's going to be very, very intuitive. You're not going to have to fight and fuss for information. How do we define our goals? Well, let's take a moment to identify the areas of life in which we want to see the transformation or we want to see the improvement. These could be related to your career, your relationship, your health, your entrepreneurship. Either way, the core of all these is you. You are the one constant in all of these dynamics. So what is it that you want to see change? And I'll give you a hint here in terms of some help. Normally, the change is going to come from you. You're affecting all of these things. All of these things are yours. They're built around a mental construct in terms of how you see them now. And if they are not in the position in terms of how you don't feel comfortable with them, you don't feel like you're progressing, you don't feel any increase, maybe you feel like you're in a point of lack, or you're not in a relationship, you want to be in a relationship, you don't feel attractive, you don't feel desirable, then that comes from a mental construct. If that's something you want to have changed, let's go ahead and document it. Here, we're going to write down our goals. And I've got goals 1, 2, and 3 here. I think the best way to do this is to start off with just one goal. Now, you can write 3 down, but I want you to concentrate on goal 1 because we want to be intentional. So that means we're going to do one thing at a time. I don't believe in multitasking. I know that, some people believe that, hey, multitasking is a great thing. But quite honestly, I see it as split energy, where your focus is really going in multiple places. You may be getting a little bit done here and a little bit done there, but you're not getting a whole lot done anywhere. So let's focus on one thing at a time. So write down your intentions. Okay. Transform your goals into clear, concise intentions. So use the space below. It says here to write down your intentions. Okay. So let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, that you're trying to improve your physical health. Here it is at the bottom. Not only do you have the worksheet at top, your goals and your intentions, but you're also going to get examples at the bottom so that you can craft these in a way that's going to be easily understood. When you go back to your notes, you're not going to be confused about, hey, what did this mean? So before we do that, let's do this. The desired outcomes. This is incredibly important. Visualization is something you're going to hear us talk about in great detail throughout this course. Why? Because if you can't see yourself being successful, if you can't see yourself obtaining, if you can't see yourself achieving whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, obtain, or be successful at, then it's not going to work. it's not going to work. Your imagination is the key to your success, but you've got to be able to visualize and see yourself. Let's say, for example, you want that better health or lose weight or whatever it is in your health space. You've got to go ahead now and, number one, agree to the fact that you are where you are based on decisions that you've made. But number two, taking responsibility for it. I can get to where I want to be because I have the power to change the way that I think. New thoughts are going to create new behavior within me. New behavior is going to give me new results. Okay. So it could be a simple idea of changing your diet, not going on a diet, a lifestyle change about the types of food that I put in my body. Okay, that can result in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a considerable change in your physical body. Okay, just an example. Visualization. Close your eyes and mentally picture yourself accomplishing the things that you want to achieve, your intentions. Feel the emotions associated with this success and visualize. Just understand that visualization is a very powerful tool for manifesting your desires. Now, we're going to probably link you out to a podcast that really talks about, intention and visualization because you need to really understand the power there. If you've never heard of people like Neville Goddard or Eckhart Tolle or Abraham, these are things that you can Google as well just to kind of get a familiarity with this type of ideology and concepts is really, really important. Anyway, let's get into the example. So let's say we do want to lose the weight. So our goals would be to exercise for 30 minutes a day. Goal 2 would be to eat a balanced meal at each dinner. And then goal 3 can be to prioritize our self-care with a weekly relaxation routine. All right. Now, what are our intentions though? Our intentions are, number 1, I'm committed to exercising for 30 minutes each day to improve my physical health. You want to say this to yourself. You're intending to do that, setting your intentions. Number 2, I choose to nourish my body with balanced meals for dinner, supporting my well-being and, of course, your physical health. Number 3, I prioritize self-care by dedicating time each week to relax and to rejuvenate. All right. Again, imagine yourself completing the daily workouts, the things that you're attending, you want to imagine. Imagine yourself enjoying healthy dinners. Imagine yourself feeling refreshed after a self-care session. It's important that you feel the excitement and really be able to see yourself working through these actions because that's what's going to catapult you into the physical action. The visualization experience, maybe you say to yourself, I felt a sense of accomplishment and vitality as I visualize myself sticking to my exercise routine. Again, first you must see it and then you'll be able to do it. I felt myself savoring nutritious meals. I could see myself embracing self-care. All right. Now, at the end here, let's talk about intentions and why they matter. Number 1, the new year represents a clean slate. And we started this on the podcast during the new year, which is why we're talking about it here. But really, you can start this at the beginning of any month. This allows you to leave behind negativity and embrace new possibilities. Let's say you get to the month of October. You say October 1, you know what? Let's just scratch all the way up until September. But we're going to end out this year in a fantastic way. I'm starting over 31 days to new beginning. And this fourth quarter, October, November, December, I'm going to transition myself into the person that I want to be. Excuse me. Setting intentions. Why this matters. It's a tradition to set resolutions, particularly at the new year. So aligning with the law of attraction by focusing on desired outcomes, you can transform into that person that you want to realize. You'll hear me say the person you want to be because I know there are people watching that don't necessarily, or maybe not necessarily familiar with the podcast. But really, the terminology that I like is the person that you want to realize. I believe, and we teach that you are, within yourself, everything already exists. So the things that you want, the things you want to achieve and accomplish, they're really already a done deal. You just have to realize that person, that version of yourself that's able to see these things come into physical reality. So everything you want, everything you desire is going to come from one place, and that place is you. So that's good news. So next, collective energy. The shared optimism for your intentions allows you to have hope and trust that these things can and will materialize. Reflecting and planning, it's always good to reflect as you lead up to the days and the times that you are doing, these particular goals and intentions. Then this can set a foundation for future activity. This is what I believe that really can make a lifestyle change for you when you reflect and plan. This now becomes who you are. And then lastly, transformation. Transition to a new year or new month can symbolize personal growth and change, aligning your thoughts and actions with your desires. So while this month you may be wanting to change your physical health or upgrade your physical health, next month you could take this same sort of ideology and apply it to something in your career, in relationships, in your finance, across the board. If you can see the change here, you'll be able to see the change in other places. All right, guys, read over your notes, do your worksheet, and we'll see you in day 2.